Hey everyone, Sweet Johnny Cage here. I wanted to do this quick video to talk about Darksiders 3 and the trophy guides I'm doing for it. So unfortunately, the guides are taking a little bit longer than I would like. At least the rate at which I'm putting the videos out is taking a little bit longer than I would like. And there's a few reasons for this. One, the game is hard. There's a trophy to finish the game on apocalyptic difficulty. I swear I'm not drunk. Apocalyptic difficulty, which is the hardest difficulty available. I am playing the game on challenging, which is the level beneath that. I'm doing that to, make it so the leap from normal to apocalyptic isn't as, vast. And also, I don't want to play it on apocalyptic the first time and have a really bad experience because it's really hard. So I figured I'd take it down a notch for now and then do another playthrough on apocalyptic. So it's hard. That's the first reason. The second reason is that the experience overall and the performance of Darksiders 3 on all systems, PS4, Xbox, and PC, is not good. I'm playing on PS4 Pro, so I'll be speaking from that experience, but if you go on Reset Era and you look at the main Darksiders 3 thread, you will see reports of people playing on Xbox, PC, PS4, PS4 Pro, Xbox One X, any system this game is out on, they're all saying the same thing. The frame rate, really rough. I can deal with that though. I can deal with a game that's not hitting 30 frames a second. It's not great, but it doesn't really detract too much for me. However, what I can't deal with is when the game goes down to 0 FPS and crashes, and I will show you video of that happening multiple times within an hour, and why that is such a huge pain and how much progress you can lose. The other reason is, the other performance-related thing, this isn't exactly performance, it's just a game mechanic. The targeting system isn't good. It's serviceable for like 90% of the game, but in really high pressure situations, it's not. If you have multiple targets, switching between those targets is really, it's rough for some reason. You're supposed to just hold the left trigger, or you're supposed to hold L2, or left trigger, whatever console you're using. And then with the right stick, you should be able to toggle between enemies. This doesn't work. Most of the time, this does not work. You have to literally have both enemies basically in front of you in order for that switch to work. It's not like Dark Souls, and I hate comparing things to Dark Souls, but like Dark Souls targeting is really good, or even Ocarina of Time's targeting system is really good. It's easy enough to switch between targets. Not in this game. There is a boss encounter with Sloth, one of the 7 deadly sins. He's one of the main bosses of this game, where he's on a big throne that is being held up by crabs. And the objective of the first phase of the fight is to kill those crabs and crash down the throne and fight Sloth himself. While this is going on, Sloth is also summoning other crabs in the arena, which is fine. Ads during a boss fight is not new and it's not bad. It usually is perfectly okay. The issue is that these crabs can't be targeted. You cannot target these things that are running around the room trying to attack you. And unless you've upgraded your weapon to +4, and even at that point that's sort of pushing it as to where you can be. So unless you've upgraded your weapons this far and you're able to kill those crabs really, really fast, it is so easy to get overrun and take a ton of damage because you can't target or dodge these things. You can dodge them if you can see them coming from the side of your eye, but if you're trying to target something, it's always going to target the boss. And that's bad. That is bad design. And that's an oversight, right? How many times are you going to test this game and test that boss fight and have him summon more enemies that you can't target? Somebody had to say this isn't a good experience. But again, I can deal with that. I can maneuver around the room, get the enemies in front of me, and just use non-targeted attacks. It's not the end of the world, it's just something you gotta work around. The major problem with this game is the crashing. And this is a twofold problem. One, the game will crash, and then you lose progress. So one, the game crashes. 2, you lose your progress. Progress in this game is only saved in 3 instances, or 2 instances really. 1, if you die. 2, if you visit Vulgrim, the game's main merchant, and he gives you the ability to teleport between his spawn pads. So in Dark Souls terms, think of it like a bonfire. Every time you visit a bonfire, it saves, which is fine. It's totally fine. However, if you if you don't do that enough, if you don't go back and visit Vulgrim enough, and the game crashes, you lose all of your progress, right? Like, so you essentially have to play the game differently. You have to modify your experience to work around these crashes. And this is not like a random crash every 10 hours. The game crashed on me 3 times in 1 hour, twice in 10 minutes, and I'll show you. So what I have loaded up here is a video that I uploaded. It's called Darksiders 3 Crash Segment. It's on my channel. This is my capture. This happened to me. I'm not like trying to make this up or anything. So this is an area called the Hollows. This is very close to the beginning of the game. You come to this room with a bunch of lesser enemies. You kill them all. You pick up an item, and you get a trophy. This item allows you to have more Nephilim's Respite, which restores your health to full whenever you use it. So I get the item, get the trophy, and I go to continue. And then I see this staircase. There's an archer up here and a skeleton to my left. He's going to fire 1 arrow, and then when the second arrow comes, it's going to slow down. It's going to skip, crash. Now, mind you, this is fairly close to a Vulgrim platform, so it's not too much backtracking or like retreading my steps to do it again, but there is a sort of mini-boss that you have to fight and even to get into this room. So you have to redo that every time. Now, this is able to be replicated on command. This happened to me again in the same exact spot 7 minutes later. So we're going to go to 22 right here. Sorry, this is 21. 22:30. Yeah, this should be fine. So I'm in the menu checking out moves. I'm in front of this staircase. The archer's going to shoot 1 arrow. And he's going to shoot another one, but it's going to be slow down before it. See? Slow down. Crash. It happened again, 30 minutes later. 58 minutes of this capture. 58:30. Okay. We're in a room. There's an archer in this room, so I think it might be related to him, but I have had crashes in other places. So I'm going to kill the archer. I'm going to pop my 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 Wrath abilities. Okay, I'm on fire. It's going great. Frame rate's butter. Crash. And that is 20 minutes past the other thing. So now I've lost all that progress, and I got to do it all over again. In the Reset Era thread for this game, somebody said that they explored an underwater section for 2 hours, picked up a bunch of treasures, got a bunch of items, and then the game crashed and they lost all their progress. That's not good. You know what I mean? Like, it's there have been comparisons to, and again, I hate making this comparison, but like Dark Souls' save system works really, really well. There are consequences to it, which I think is fine, but it saves literally every step you take. Like, you could quit the game and it never stops. You could quit the game, start up again, and you're in the exact same spot. You don't have to go to bonfires to save. It saves every time you pick up an item. It saves every time you kill something. Like, it's always saving. I don't know why that's not the case in Darksiders. Like, it's very clear that that's what they were going for, but it's like they forgot to implement that or something. Now, all that said, the good news is that Gunfire Games has acknowledged this problem. They've already released one patch, which disabled HDR on PS4. Not sure if it disabled HDR on other platforms, but version 1.03 disabled HDR due to performance-related issues. I don't know what that fixed. I don't know if it was worse before that patch. That was a day one patch. I don't know. But they have acknowledged it. They are sending out bug report forms to people who reach out to them on Twitter to report bugs, so they're obviously taking it very seriously. I just hope a patch comes soon before I finish the game, because I do want to get these trophy guides out. You know, and I really enjoy playing this game. Like, I'm a Darksiders fan. This is one of my favorite games on PS3, was Darksiders 1. And I just love it. I think it's an awesome franchise. So happy to see it back, and that THQ Nordic is able to, you know, get this game out, and you know, hopefully we'll get the 4th one with Strife and maybe a 5th one with all 4. But it's rough. It's making for a really, and I try not to curse in my videos, but I don't think saying a poor experience is enough. It's making for a very shitty experience. And it's not fun to like play for an hour and then lose all your progress because the game randomly crashed to the home screen. It's rough, to say the least. It's very rough. But anyway, the trophy guides are coming. It's just taking a little bit longer than I would like for the reasons I just explained. But if you are looking for trophy guides, please subscribe to the channel so you get alerted when new ones go live, and be sure to turn on alerts so you can see those. This is the only game I'm working on right now, so that's all the content you'd be getting alerted for. And yeah, I guess that's it. If you want to talk to me about this, reach out to me on Twitter. I'm at SJCage. You can also leave a comment on the video. That's always fine. Yeah, I guess that's it. All right, guys. I love Darksiders. I want this to work. I want to get these trophy guides out, but it's going to take a while. All right, guys. I'll be Johnny Cage. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.